everyone, I'm Nurauni Syamimi.
My name is Li Yuan. So today the title of our story is Chinatown Ghost Killer.
Yes.
So there are three characters in this story. The first one is Andy Lau, who is the detective, and second is Stephen Chow. So he has a Parkinson disease, and the last one is Zheng Le, who is the suspect of the killer. So the conflict turns out that Stephen Chow is the undercover killer who killed people who bullied him. And last, the setting of this story is in the 90s in China.
Okay, the storytelling technique that we use in this story is the false start, which the focus is on capturing the notorious gangster Zheng Le, leading the readers to believe that he is the prime suspect behind the murders. The storytelling activity that we use in this story is finger puppets, which we print the characters and we use slideshow for the background.
It's like chasing a ghost, Stephen. And decide. His frustrations evident. No leads, no patterns. It's as if the killer knows every move we make before we do, said Andy Lau, desperately wanting to finally get his hands on the enigmatic serial killer. Despite the bustling city of China surrounding them, he remained entangled in a web of deceptions and murder. True solving crimes had become his daily grind after being titled inspector. Here you go, coffee, said Stephen Chow, Andy's housemate. It was to him that Andy went, finding solace in sharing the intricacy of his cases. Despite Stephen's disability, living with Parkinson disease, he had a cheerful demeanor and was a profile thinker, frequently offering solutions to Andy in solving his cases. Stephen listened intently, his eyes reflecting the glimmer of the lamplight. Have you noticed anything unusual about the victims? He asked, his voice gentle but inquisitive. Andy shook his head. They all have a history of bullying. A few were involved in illegal activities like money laundering schemes, rape, and human trafficking. But beyond that, there's no apparent connections. There's also the meticulous stitchings on the victims' bodies, as if the killer is trying to send us a message. But we can't decipher it. This killer might be experimenting on the human body. He might be onto something. Stephen approached Andy, his eyes widening in realizations. Zheng Le, the notorious gangster of Chinatown. Rumors circulate that he used to stitch his victims alive, who didn't pay back their debts. Andy shifted his focus to capturing Zheng Le. After all, he might be behind these mysterious models. They tracked down his associates, raided his safe houses, and pieced together the criminal empire he had built in the shadows of Chinatown. The city was rife with anticipations, believing that capturing Zheng Le would bring an end to the reign of terror.
Just when they thought they had cornered the gangster, the narrative took an unexpected twist. In the dark, smoky room where Zheng Le was supposed to be found, they encounter nothing but an empty chair. It was as if he had vanished into thin air, leaving only a mocking note behind. Andy, sitting with frustration, confronted Stephen by dialing his number. We were so close, Stephen. Zheng Le was our prime suspect, and now he is gone. Where do we go from here? With a knowing glint in his eyes, Stephen said, Andy, what if I told you that we were looking in the wrong direction? What if Zenly is just a smoke screen, a distraction meant to keep us from discovering the real killer? Andy's brow furrowed. What are you saying, Stephen? Are you suggesting that Zenly isn't the killer? Intrigued and apprehensive, Andy pressed for more details. Who, Stephen? Who could it be? Stephen hesitated, his gaze flickering with uncertainty. I believe it's someone driven by revenge. Someone who was bullied in the past. The same way Fang and the others have a history of being bullies. Andy's eyes widened with shock. But who? Who could habit such habit? Stephen took a deep breath, his voice barely above a whisper. Someone like me, Andy. Someone like me. Bzz, bzz. Then the phone call ended.